Hello, everyone. This is Janice Johnson, your ministry marketing mentor. And I am really happy that you stopped by this page today. I have some exciting news that I want to share with you. Many of you know that I have had the privilege of serving pastors and Christian leaders all around the world, helping them to reach more people with their message without compromise. But what you probably don't know is that I was instrumental in helping one of my clients move from 60 members to over 6,000 members without ever using mainstream media. We had a very modest marketing budget, and they were not already really famous. Or maybe you didn't know that I was also critical in the process of taking what was once a national celebration and making it an international holiday, which blended two Christian cultures from the U.S. to a country abroad. And now we celebrate all the time this thing. I actually travel as much as I can to join them in this celebration. I also had the honor of being one of the members on this huge board of what was called a Centennial Celebration. You guys remember the Azusa Street Centennial Celebration? That's about 6 years ago. And I was able to help bring together men and women of God who all were moved by a certain Christian celebration, and we were all in one place, but it was able to be broadcast all around the world. So hundreds of thousands of people took part in that awesome celebration. I'm excited about those accomplishments and many others, and I want to share with you exactly what I did to help those ministries, those organizations move from existing to expanding with their ministry. I'm actually hosting a live event here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I would love for you to join me. During that day together, we're really going to dig deep into exactly the principles and the strategies I use when working with big corporations, big ministries, and even small ministries, because the principles are the same, that help them move along in a way that was allowing the glory of God to really be shown forth in the work that they do. I want to share with you a glimpse of what some of my other workshop attendees have to say about sharing the day with me. Take a look. You can just talk about the value. I mean, what you got out of the class and what's your takeaway?
I got out of the class that to tailor to what people is familiar with, to where they get home at, that they would be able to hit a space in their heart where they're hurt to want to come back, to get that encounter first, and then the experience, and then the transformation. The class was very outstanding, and it hit home for me. That we have got to be, to some point, we have got to be transparent, so they'll know exactly where our heart is at.
Who is they?
The people that we lead.
Good. Thank you, Pastor.
I want to say that this class, I really believe, helped us greatly, helped us to see the importance of 21st century ministry, technology, also helping us to realize that if we want to meet the 21st century member, we've got to have a church, and our mindset of ministry has to be 21st century as well. So thank you so much, Ms. Janice. Keep up the great work. God bless you.
Thanks.
This class was very knowledgeable about the subject of how to market your church. The word might seem inappropriate, but I think I got it understood that as a pastor who wants to save souls for the kingdom of God, what I must first do is to get the people to the church. And that's something that I don't know that I know how to do, but after this course, I think I know how to start working toward that. And I'm looking forward to continuing this dialogue with this awesome teacher.
Thank you.
By Design by Janice is an awesome workshop. Teaches the church how to use modern day technology, modern day techniques to reach those that are hurting in the world, that find that the church is a place where they feel that they're not welcome now. But she teaches us how to reach those out there in the world by sermon titles, by billboard signs, by the internet, by modern day technology. And I would recommend all preachers, leaders in the church, that they would get with Sister Janice and take the course, look at the course, because it'd be very beneficial to your ministry.
Thank you. All right, go.
What I learned from the class today and really hit me was the fact that what I'm doing is in reaching out to the community. It's not optional, that it's mandatory. And that really hit home to me, that I'm denying other folk, other people from receiving what God has given me to give them. So I feel convicted from that. And I want to do everything in my power from all the material that you've presented to us to do what God really called me to do. And that's to expand my reach and reaching people outside the walls of the church.
Thank you. Isn't that amazing? I'm really excited that God used me to help people like you get their message out in a big way. And I want you to know, you probably heard one of the gentlemen reference something that I say all the time. Expanding your reach is not optional. It's mandatory. But I want to let you know more than the fact that it's mandatory, that when you fail to expand your reach, when you fail to get out there in a big way, you're not being modest. You're not being like, oh, I'm just laying low. You're actually being quite selfish. Because when you expand your reach, you allow others to experience God through you. And when you don't, you're denying them that opportunity. Even greater, they're denying others the opportunity to expand. And even more than the fact that it's mandatory, it's not optional. One truth that the Lord has made clear in my life is that it is possible, that expanding your reach is possible. You can do it. And it really isn't very difficult if you have the right people and the right team and the right strategies at your fingertips. And I really want to share with you those things, because what people tend to think, a lot of times, a lot of Christian leaders, many of them, they share this with me when we get together. They think it's so complex and it's so tough and it's something that they cannot do. And they have to be super duper smart and have a whole bunch of money or a big name. And it's none of those things. You can actually do it on a very modest budget, as long as you have the right message, with which, as a Christian leader, you do have the right message. Maybe you tweak it a little bit, but you have the right message, and you have the right methods or access to the right methods, and then a proven map, a strategy on how you're going to pull everything off and really serve people in a greater way. And I really want to share this with you. Now, during this day together, we're going to uncover all these things and more. Some of you know my story, but for those of you who don't know my story, I started out just like you, a Christian that was on fire for God, loved him and loved who he was to me and in me, and really wanted to serve the world through the gifts that God has given me. Now, like most believers, when we want to serve God in a big way, we think we're supposed to do it in our local church. And so we search for pockets where our gifts can be utilized in our local ministry. Well, let me tell you, I was the queen of working in ministry. And for those of you who served in ministry, you know that when you're available in ministry, there's always something for you to do. I served in the evangelism ministry, in the media ministry, on the finance team, the leadership team. I taught new members and a lot of training. It was just amazing. I look back and I laugh, because it's like, gosh, Janice, you did everything in ministry. And then not only did I do a lot of things, I did a lot of things well, but I also had the privilege of serving as a leader in many of the capacities and many of the leadership teams that I served on. So I actually saw what you're probably seeing. I mean, I know what it's like to have people quit. I know what it's like to have to try to galvanize a group of people for a cause, and we don't have any money to pay them. I also know what it's like to really love the Lord and want to get his message out in such a way that you know is going to impact lives and change people, but not be real clear on how to do that, and go home disappointed and frustrated because you know that you left something out. It's something that was undone, but you just don't know what. By day, I actually worked in corporate America in communication and marketing, and I helped companies market their products and reach more people. And I was really quite good at it. I would say I was great at it, and I did well in my corporate career, but I was fulfilled with my ministry work. And I was like, Lord, how could I do that? And so by trial and error, a lot of praying, a lot of fasting, and then just God's favor in my life, I was able to meld together my corporate career along with my passion for the Lord and his mission. In my last corporate position, I served as a director of marketing and PR, serving Christian leaders all around the world, helping them to really get their message out using the tools and the technology that our company had. And I loved it. I absolutely adored it, because I met Christian leaders all around the world, from big ministries, small ministries, startup organizations, Christian entrepreneurs, pastors, ministry leaders, everyone. It was just wonderful. And what I found, though, is though they had different tools, they had access to different tools. Some was streaming, some was television, some was radio, and guerrilla marketing, flyers, and things like that. What they were missing was the real, true principles of expansion. Because you can have all those tools and not know exactly what it takes to make those tools work for you. And truly, what you do is waste your money and your time and your energy, and the morale will go way, way down, which is what I saw all around the world, no matter the denomination or the culture, the race, or the sex. Christian leaders around the world were grossly disappointed, and their efforts were really half-hearted, not because they weren't giving all they had, it just they were not very effective. And that's when I knew, God pressed upon me that I can help, because that's what I did. I mean, I knew I understood the principles of expansion. And so some of the ministries, they consulted me out, and they're like, hey, Janice, come help us. And, as I was doing it over time, I was like, this is what I was born to do. This is what I should do. And so in 2007, I made the leap. And I trusted God, and I left my big cushy corporate job that paid all my travel and allowed me to serve a lot of leaders all around the world. And I started my real ministry, which I call my business, and it's serving people like you and helping them to expand their reach without compromising their message, helping them to get out exactly what God has placed in them, and serving those that God created them to serve in a way that was huge, and what way was impactful, in a way that didn't cause them to just like go crazy and lose their mind, but really, or their money, but really was making them effective. And I'm so excited about it. It's the best decision I ever made in my life. And so this is not only my business, and this is not only something that I do, this is what I was born to do. This is what God gave me to do, and I'm excited to be able to serve people just like you. And I really hope that you would join us here in Atlanta on October 21st, where I get to walk with you through the strategies and through the tools and those hidden secrets that a lot of people don't know about growing a ministry and growing a Christian organization, the things that really made our work. Now, I also want to share with you that when you get to work with me, you'll get to serve more people. You'll finally feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. I'm doing what God created me to do instead of all the other stuff that we do. You know how it is, because we never get to actually doing the ministry, because we're just trying to keep the ministry together. But once we lay out the foundation and we work out these steps, and I go with you step by step on exactly what we'll uncover, you will really get to transform lives with the work that God calls you to and created you to do. Not only will you do that, you'll be able to rest well at night. For some reason, I'm getting tongue-tied, I don't know. But you'll be able to rest well at night, knowing that you did exactly what God called you to do. You'll also be able to save money, and rather than spending money on everything that sounds great, because everything does sound great, doesn't it? Everything sounds good. Everything is what I need to do right now. Everybody has the right magic potion. But rather than running toward what's hot and what's great and what's new, I'll show you the right things, and the right things for your ministry and where you are in ministry, based on what I've done with hundreds of other leaders around the world. So you'll also save money, and that's actually great stewardship. And then you'll really get to focus on exactly what you're great at. For some of you, that's speaking. For some of you, that's creating pictures. I was recently introduced to someone that the Lord just gave them a great gift of artistry, and using that to really draw people into Him. And for some of you, you are profound writers, and that's awesome. And you don't get to write because you're working on the business and on the ministry and pulling it all together. For some of you, you're just excellent at video communication, and you don't get to do that because you're trying to figure out how to find the people to do that with. So when we go through this system, doing our Road to Expansion Live event, you'll walk away, when you work the system and you work the plan and you follow the steps that we go over, then you'll actually get to do the thing that you were created to do. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about what we're going to cover in that day. I tried to map it out where I can give you the greatest value in the shortest amount of time, and not shortchange you or overwhelm you, but give you exactly what you need to create an expansion plan for 2012 and beyond. So we're actually going to cover how to create an environment fit for expansion. Now, did you know that it is so disappointing, and so many ministries and Christian organizations around the world do this day in and day out, but it's disappointing to have all these tools and all these strategies only to bring them back to a place that's not even ready to expand, to a people not fit for expansion, to an environment that's not fit for expansion. So I'm going to, first thing at the beginning of the day, we're going to create an environment fit for expansion. So when you get ready to shift those things in and bring the new ideas, that you are ready to grow. I mean, if the soil is hard and is not fit to grow, it doesn't matter what you put on top of it, it's just not going to grow. The second module of the day, we're going to look at how to attract the masses now. See, there's a lot of stuff that's going on out there, and people are telling you about all sorts of things. Social media. Oh, you need to be on TV. Oh, you need to stream. Oh, you need to be on the radio. There's internet radio. There's so many things. I'm going to show you how to attract the masses now. What's working now and what will work for your ministry. So you can take the guesswork out. There's no need to try to figure it out. We're going to go over what works and what works for where you are. Then we're going to map out your expansion plan, your customized strategy for your ministry. See, what tends to happen is a lot of leaders just adopt and what they see other ministries do, and it's not fit for their culture, for their ministry, for their mission. So we're going to go over your map so that when you leave, don't you just hate it when you go to conferences and events and you get real pumped and really excited. You're like, oh my gosh, this was awesome. God is good. And then you go home and you're like, I don't know what to do next. That is not going to happen. What we're going to do is we're going to map out step by step what you need to do when you leave the place. So when you leave and you go away from our time together, you're going to know exactly what your next step is. I'm going to show you, and then you can show your team. And then the last thing we're going to cover before we leave for the day is how to do more with less so that you can save time and relieve stress and still operate in excellence. You can be excellent without having a big budget, without having a big team, and without having a big name. So I'm going to show you exactly what to do with a very small, with a little bit, like the woman in 2 Kings. With a small jar of oil, I'll show you exactly what you need to do. I'm really excited about that because so often we think we need way more than what we really need to make a big difference. So I'm going to show you exactly what your next steps are. Now, it took me a long time to learn all of this stuff. I mean, let's think, I went to college for 8 years, had an advanced degree. I also studied under some great Christian leaders around the world and in different denominations and cultures, and that was phenomenal. I invested a lot of money in business schools, and a lot, thousands, tens of thousands. Hired the best coaches in the industry. I really believe in investing in yourself and in your ministry and the things that you feel passionate about so that you can really do things well. So I've invested a lot, over 20 years of my life, in close to hundreds of thousands of dollars, but definitely tens of thousands of dollars into the training and the time that I spent learning how to do this in an excellent way. And I'm excited to share with you everything that I know and I can share with you in a day for a very affordable price. Because I love you and I love ministry and I love serving and helping those who want to help others and want to get the mission of Christ out in a big way. So what I paid tens of thousands of dollars for, and I bumped my head up against the wall several times, trying things that did not work, working with pastors that were like, James, what? Really staying up late at night and trying to figure it all out. What it took me years to accomplish, you get to really walk through it with me in a day for a very modest price of $247. I know, that's crazy, right? It's because it's not about the money for me. It really is about serving and really helping leaders who don't know what they don't know, who don't know how to get the message out. You have a phenomenal message, you have a phenomenal gift, but you don't know what to do, and I really want to serve you. So $247 is what? 2 hairdos, 1 hairdo if you're getting highlights for the ladies. And for men, I don't even think that's a suit. So that's really great. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about being able to offer it that rate. And that includes actually your lunch as well as your materials for that day and then access to me. Now, in addition to your modest investment of $240, you're also going to get a couple of bonuses. Yay, I'm excited. I'm offering a copy of my latest course. Actually, it wasn't my latest course. It was the one before that, but it's my signature course called Jumpstart. And it's 21 days to creating a rock solid expansion plan for your ministry. Let me tell you about this. This is 4 CDs with a lot of content It's worksheets and transcripts, and I'm actually walking you through what you need to do to create an expansion plan for your ministry. But where this is going to be effective and really helpful for many of you is some of you have volunteer staff that know nothing about marketing. They know nothing about growing a ministry, but they do love the Lord and they want to serve. This is something that would be great to have in your church resource library, and let people check out the tapes and listen and go through the modules so that they can get off to a great start. I really recommend every ministry leader, whether you're in a local church or you have a Christian organization and business, anybody that's serving other people, this is something you definitely must have. I really walk through this in detail, and I give you a lot of insight on really how to speak the language of the people you serve. That is a bonus. It actually retails on our website right now for, I think, $397. And we've had a great turnout for that. So next year we're raising it. So I think it's going to be awesome. If you register, the first 25 people that register for the workshop will actually get that as a bonus. I'm also offering a drawing for customized one-on-one mentoring session with me for a full hour. Can you believe that? Yes, I'm going to do the drawing at the event live, so you have to be present. So once you register and you're there, your name will go in a bucket or something. A bucket? Well, something. And I'm going to draw your name out, and then you're going to get to sit with me for an hour. We're actually going to work on your strategy. There may be elements of your plan that you want more help with. Some of you are thinking of relaunching things. Some of you have reached out and said, I have a book, or I have a program my church is doing. Some of you have CDs. Some of you have things in your business because you're a Christian in business. And as a Christian in business, your business is your ministry. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But some of you have business things you want to talk to me about, and you want to know how to really reach more people with what you have. And you have a full hour. You have opportunity to win a full hour with me. And so I'm excited about that. I do want to tell you this. If you come to this event, I really want you to come, because I feel I've been praying about this thing, and more than the tactics and all of the strategies, there is a huge spiritual component that's tied to this, and I'm so excited about it. But I don't want you to feel like you wasted your money or your time. So if you get there and you feel, Janice, this was not for me, this is not what I thought it was going to be, and this really isn't helping me, please let me know or someone on my team know, and we will get you your money back, 100% of your money. It's not about me taking your money. I guarantee you this is something that's going to change your ministry. It's going to help you to reach more people with the message and the mission that God has given you. And it's going to change your life, because for many of you, your ministry is a huge part of your life. I know mine is. Now, you have to sign up quickly because number one, the seats are really going quickly, because I don't want to make it too big, because I actually want to walk around the room and help people. So I want to work with you. I don't want this to be one of those, sessions where people are just talking and I'm lecturing. No, I really want to get engaged and learn about you and your ministry and how I can support you. It's highly interactive and engaging. So in order for me to do that, I had to keep the numbers kind of small. But also for you to get the bonus, you have to be one of the first 25 people. So register today, and you do that by simply clicking the boxes on this page that say sign up now. So do that, sign up now. And then I'm excited to offer you one more bonus. Are you ready? For those of you who sign up now, I'm offering you opportunity to bring someone with you. There's a bonus ticket. For $50 more, you get to bring someone. Isn't that awesome? So if you have a ministry leader and you want to bring 2 leaders, so 2 ministry leaders can come, one for $247, an additional $50. You can bring your spouse, you can bring a colleague, bring a friend, for $50. I really want you to enjoy this, and I really want to equip you with what you need to reach more people with the message and the mission that God has placed in your heart. So to do so, to join me here in Atlanta on October 21st, please click the boxes on this page. Once you register, the details of the location and the hotel, for those of you who want to spend the night, will be listed, and it will be sent to you with your registration. I look forward to seeing you on October 21st and helping you to create a solid expansion plan for your ministry. Before I leave you, I want to tell you this again. Expanding your reach is not optional, it's mandatory. When you fail to expand your reach, you are not being modest, but you're being very selfish, because failure to expand your reach is denying others the opportunity to experience God through you. This has been Janice Johnson, your ministry marketing mentor, and I look forward to seeing you here in Atlanta on October 21st at the Road to Expansion live event. Until then, be blessed.